Hello everyone, my name is MJ Vilches of Doodle Notes, and welcome to part 3 of the Meowth Timelapse series. So yeah, if you haven't watched the previous part, just head over to the description below to watch it. But yeah, for this part, I'll be showing to you how I rigged Meowth. Just the body rig, because I'll be separating the facial rig, because it took a lot more time than the body rig. Yeah, without further ado, let's do this. So yeah, first off, for this part, I actually started turning on the screencast. And the reason I didn't turn it on the last time is because my previous test of it crashed my computer. That was from when I was using the another OS. But now on Ubuntu Studio, when I tried it again, it's not crashing, so I'm using it from now on. But yeah, to start the rig, I started on Meowth's hips, and the reason for that is, I think the hip is the initial bone. That's where you're gonna be extruding. That's where you're gonna start extruding the rest of the bones. And that hip will be parented later on to a main bone, which will not be a part of the bones that will deform the mesh. So yeah, here I'm just starting with the body, the hip, the waist, and the chest, and the head. And yeah, that's basically how. I think if you're rigging, you're definitely gonna be starting from that, and then you're gonna, and then the rest. So yeah, that's the main bone right there, and that's the hip, which you parent. So yeah, one trick that I want to teach you, or want to share to you, is that trick right there. I'm selecting an edge loop around the joints to like align the joint from the bone. And to do that, I just select the edge loop, Shift S, cursor to selected, and then tab out, and then go to the bone and tab into edit mode, and then select the joint that you want to be aligned on that joint. For example, if you want to align the knee bone or the knee joint to the knee of the mesh, you can do that method. Shift S, select the edge loop around the knee, Shift S, cursor to selected, and then select the bone, edit that bone, then select the knee joint, and then Shift S, selection to cursor, and that will put the knee joint right at the middle of the knee mesh. So yeah, that's one of the trick. Hopefully that thing was not too confusing. Yeah, you can see how I did it right there. Every time I select an edge loop, I'm doing that just to align the joints right on the middle of the mesh joint. So yeah, here as I rig, I always start with on the left. Even in modeling, I always start with the left and mirror it. And that's what I'm doing with the bones right here too. I start putting on the left side of the bones, renaming them, of course. Naming is very important, especially putting the .L for left, and that .R will be automatically generated later on if you named your bones on the left side properly with the .L. That's the Blender's default naming for the bones. If you want the bones to if you want the mirror, if you want us to mirror the bones later on, it would be easy to rename them instead of renaming them one by one. Yeah, now I'm on the foot, I'm on the toes, and Meowth's toes, I think, only consist of 2 bones. So I only added 2 bones. 2 bones per toe, because you're probably not going to be moving that around too much, only a little bit. And actually, the way I needed it, I won't really be moving his foot too much. So 2 bones for each toe. I'm just aligning them. Sometimes the Shift S, the cursor to selected method, doesn't work, so I just move it. So yeah, naming them. Sometimes, in haste, you forget to name them. Don't forget to name them, because it's gonna be a headache later on, renaming the bones one by one. So yeah, if you can pause the video, or you can pause the video if you want to see. If you have some stuff that you're confused and you want to see it closely, you can pause it, or you can ask in the comments below if the video is just too fast for you. But yeah, don't hesitate to ask below any questions. This is the time lapse. I want to time lapse this because if I don't time lapse this will take a lot of time. And I just want to explain to you the main things that I do, because mostly it's just tedious. It's just arranging the bones at the right place, just putting the bones on the right place. Yeah, right here I'm using the B bone. I'm not really gonna be putting custom shaped keys and custom shapes for the bones. Just this. But I will be putting some custom. I mean, I'll make a tutorial in the future on how to make custom shapes for the bones. But for now, no custom shapes for Meowth. Once again, you can download the Meowth model. The link will be in the description. So yeah. I'm just gonna let you watch for now, and then I'm gonna come back later if there's something I want to share to you. But yeah, mostly this videos would just let you, it's just me showing you how I did it through a time lapse. Not really explaining in detail how I did stuff, because most of it are just tedious. And you can see it anyway here. But yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. I'll try to ask them as best as I can. Because I'm a lot, maybe like yourself right now at this stage, I'm also learning. But yeah, before stopping, here's how I mirrored everything. Selecting the left side and then mirroring it by making sure the cursor is on the middle, and then mirror, space, then type, just press space and then search for mirror, click, and then press X to mirror it on the X-axis. I'll be putting up links in the description below of tutorials that has those, that would show you in a normal speed, show you how to do that. But for now, here it is. I'm doing a time lapse because, you know, tutorials. A lot of tutorials are already available online, and I don't mind pointing them to you. I don't mind if you don't watch this video, if you can't learn anything from it. What matters is that you learn something, and that you get something from this. So if you can't get something from this, there's a lot of tutorials out there. Just look them up, or you know, I'll be putting a tutorial on, you know, how David Ward did his rigging, because I learned all the rigging from David Ward, from his tutorials, and then the other tutorials to get just additional knowledge, and some of the things that I know are just came out from experimenting. So yeah, I'm just gonna let you watch now as I rig the rest of Meowth, and come back if I have to explain something. So yeah. So yeah, right here I'm adding the IK bone constraint on the bone to add IK on Meowth. So yeah, the Meowth model that will be available for download will only have IK, not FK, because I like IK. I like working on an IK thing. But yeah, there's actually an add-on on Blender where, you know, you can. It's called Rigify. I think if you're an intermediate Blender user, you'll know what it is. You can do that if you want. I mean, I decided not to do that because I want to show in this, you know, in this kind of Timelapse, I want to show how to like put a basic rig on a model by yourself from scratch instead of relying on the automated one. So yeah, I think that's what I really want to show you. So yeah, the role of the time-lapse video is just to show you my way of doing stuff, and then I'll be providing some tutorials on links below of others who are doing a better job explaining it than me. Because if as you noticed, I'm not really that much. I mean, not that good at talking or explaining. I stutter a lot. And yeah, I'm still learning. I mean, everyone has to start somewhere, right? So yeah. Here I'm applying the Shift S method again to put the tail bone on Meowth. Tail bone. Yeah, just putting some tail there. There's actually a rig. I don't think it's available yet, but that bendy bone add-on, I really love that one. Hopefully I'd be able to access that if it's available. I did not really research further on that, but when I did do research from that, it's not yet available. Just saw some videos of it implemented, but yeah, no reason to talk about it if it's not available yet, and I can't use it. So yeah, here I'm just finishing up the rig on Meowth, on his body. So yeah, if you just want to rig Meowth's body, I think that would be enough. Just fixing up the weight paint here on the weight paint mode. Fixing up the weights. Making sure that the weights of the shoulders are not affecting the eye part. So yeah, just fixing up here. Removing, on the vertex groups, just removing the other bones that shouldn't have any influence on Meowth's whiskers. Yeah, here I'm just fixing the weight on weight paint mode. And just trying out posing Meowth. Because I think after rigging is my favorite part of the modeling process, because you'd be able to already move him around. And my baby sister just called me. Okay. I think I'm just gonna I think I'm gonna end it. It's almost close. I mean, we're close to the end. Here I'm just creating a quick test pose for him. And yeah, the last thing I did here is So yeah, the last thing I did here is add the elbow and the knee IKs. The one that would help you point the elbow in the right direction. Here I'm extruding another bone. I'm creating another bone to set the IK of that upper arm right there, and just that would help you point the elbow at the right direction. You'll be seeing it later on if you have no idea what's happening. Yeah, right here I'm just putting up an IK, and we're actually not time-lapsing now, so that it won't be too confusing for you. But yeah, right here, just trying to set the bone up properly. Excuse me for that. So yeah, just making sure that the names are proper, and the bones are properly named here. Dot L and dot R. Those dot L's, dot R's are important. Yeah. Now we're back to time lapse. Making sure the elbow won't deform anything, and then applying the inverse kinematics constraint. And you'll be seeing what's the result of that here later on. I'll be moving that. Now I'm going for the knee IK to point the knee to the right direction. That will help you point the knee to the right direction. So yeah, making sure it's parented to the feet. Knee IK.L. Adding the constraint, inverse kinematics, chain length to 1. Once again, I'll be putting up links in the description below of a tutorial that will show you in the normal speed and with proper explanation how to add those constraints. So yeah, at this point, the body rig is finished, and we can create some initial poses for him to do. I actually did that so I can post some status update or progress update on my social media sites. But yeah, the body rig is finished at this point, and for the next part I'll be showing to you how I did Meowth's facial rig. So yeah, see you on the next part. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully you've learned something from this. If you want to watch the previous part, you can click that annotation right there. If you want to watch the animation of Meowth that I did with this model, you can watch and click the annotation right there. the upper video. You can subscribe to this channel to be notified when the next part will come up, or just follow me on the links right there if you want to be updated on all things Doodle Notes. So yeah, thank you for watching the video, for sticking up to the end. See you on the next video. My name is MJ Vilches of Doodle Notes, bringing forth awesomeness to glorify the awesome. Over and out.